Good evening, all of you. It's my hope that you are well wherever you are, and welcome back to this last class of Forex Beginners class. And today, as promised, I will dive right into a strategy that you can start using today, even today, the scalping strategy. And given the basics that you've learned, you're definitely ready or would be in a position to use it today. So whereas the strategy can be used in almost any pair, any currency pair. So for that reason, you can use Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, it doesn't matter, any pair, all right? And I will pick now like Euro USD, and maybe I'll also pick one other pair, which could be, let me see, I can do GBP USD. Okay, so I have two pairs there. Probably even use a third one. Okay, so I will do a non-USD. Okay, GBP JPY. Okay. No, I think we already have GBP here. I want to use something quite different. Euro JP. No, Euro we have already. So I'm going to pick another one. Let's say, or it could even be any of the indices. So NZD, USD, GBP. I wanted something completely different. Yeah, let's take gold for now. All right. Okay. So there, I have taken 4 pairs. Actually, I'll remove this. Okay, so we have 4 pairs here. Now, this is not my original strategy. It is just I'm sharing with you what I have already learned from another successful trader. And this particular trader goes by the name Gil Ben-Har. G-I-L, and then Ben-Har, H-U-R. I believe he is the founder of a prop firm called Fivers, okay, or 5%ers or something like that. Fivers, 5-E-V-E-R-S, Fivers, or if you've heard of the 5% or percent prop firm. So he's the founder of this prop firm, and I have learned this strategy from him. Okay, it has a success rate of about 66%. Okay, so if you look at our class yesterday, then this is what we call an edge. It has an edge, okay, of 66% success rate. So it's quite good, pretty good. All right. So what we'll do is you can test it. Testing any strategy is called back testing. That means you go back in time and you try the strategy and see if it works. So I will skip from using gold or GBP and go straight to Euro USD, okay, which is the most volatile, one of the most volatile Forex currencies. And we shall, I'll set up the, let's see if we can remove all this drawing. All drawing, yes. Okay, so this strategy, we shall set it up on Euro USD, okay, for now. All right, and let me see the option, deal maps. Okay. All right. So, like I said, one of the things about the strategy is you don't have to worry about which pair you will use. You can use any pair. All right. This guy's favorite pair is Euro USD. Now, time frame. He says you can use pretty much any time frame. Again, any time frame. However, he has his favorites. His favorites are the daily time frame, then the 1 hour or the hourly time frame, and the lowest would be 30 minutes. Okay, M30. So those three time frames. Okay, but he says his all-time favorite is the hourly time frame. All right. So in defining our edge, yeah, then we actually, okay, or a strategy, we'll use his strategy, which takes into account or takes advantage of what we also learned. We learned about supply and demand zone. So this is a supply and demand zone strategy. Very, very simple and easy to learn. Okay, so what do we mean by supply and demand? Well, just like we had learned about support resistance, supply and demand is a little more informative, a little more informs you a lot more than support resistance. So essentially, if you take like the 1 hour, okay, time, which is what he has used, or even daily. Okay. So 1 hour daily doesn't really matter. Okay. So let's take the daily time frame. Okay. The demand and supply zone is just like what we have learned before, which is if you draw the charts like that, you can easily draw your support and resistance lines. Okay. Let me see if I can make it bigger. So this is support. Okay. Instead of support resistance, what you do, you actually just draw a line at the highest point, like that. Okay. Once you draw that as the highest point, okay, you find out, okay, from that point, which was, you ask which was the last point the buyers attempted, okay, the last point the buyers attempted and gave up on this opportunity to go up. In other words, the sellers took over and started going down. Okay, so at what point did the buyers give up? Well, the buyers came in all the way to the top. Okay, but then the sellers started pulling back, as you can see. Okay, but up to here, you can still see that there were some, some sellers. Some buyers still struggling to push up. Okay, so and we can say that maybe after the end of this candle, at this point, at the neck here, you say that the buyers kind of gave up. Okay, so when you see this candle coming down and where it ends right there, okay, that is where now this starts going down. Starts going down, the struggle there a little bit and then going down, struggle a little bit, going down, and so on. So at this neck point there, that is where you are going to draw. Okay, you're going to draw like a decision. Let me see if I can insert something. Actually, insert a square rectangle. So from here, okay, to there. Okay, I'm going to change the color to that. Okay, that's too light. Okay, that's fine, but still not very good. Let me see that one. Nope. That one. Nope. Okay. Actually, we can change it to brighter. All that. Okay. I think that should be bright enough. There. All right. So he says that you identify the highest point the market reaches, and then the neck points at that point where you can say the buyers kind of now gave up and the sellers pretty much took over. And that happens around this neck point, okay? And then you make this long, make it long. So essentially what he says, you actually take the trade right here at this point, okay? So I go here, I actually put a sell stop. That would be actually sell limit, not sell stop, sell limit. Okay. Well, once you've put your sell limit, then you take your stop loss and move it way above this point. So this point here, maybe like 2 or 3 pips above it. He says that normally he wouldn't care even putting 40 pips, 40 pips, up to about 40 pips, way up if you want to. Okay, let me see how many pips this is. This is actually 100 pips, but it's 100 pips. Why? Because this is a daily time frame. So by the time the market comes and does that, it's a daily time frame. However, his stop loss, sorry, his take profit is what is very significant. He only takes a stop profit of 15 pips. I'm trying to move this down. Okay, let me see if I can. Here, modify order. Okay, so when we're modifying the order here, I want to put our take profit to 15 pips. He does not take anything more than 15 pips. There. Okay, that's done. And as you can see, the 15 pips is just right here. Okay, so the reason for putting it here is so that when the market, he says this part is considered a supply zone, and this is considered a fresh supply zone on this side. When the market comes back to retest a fresh supply zone, it will not only hit our target, well, more often than not, it will hit our target, okay? And then go down at least 15 pips. And as you can see, our target is right inside there, and our, 15 pips is down here. So if we keep going on this, we shall find that at some point, that is exactly what will happen. So the market, as you can see this is perfect. The only thing I don't like about it is the weight. So look, the market came, and I believe it just tagged in there. The market hit that, and almost instantly, it just whoop, take profit right away, 15 pips, done. Okay. Let me see how much that was. We can look at it from here. Well, that was €1, which is fine. But if you have many trades, then it becomes a lot. If you have 10 trades, okay, then it becomes a lot. Plus also, we have a very small lot size. So let's pretend the lot size was 1 because it's a big account, maybe. Let's see now. Size. Yep, this is lot size 1. All right, so then this would then be more. Would then be more. But now we can change this unless we put another trade. Now let me show you. Okay, so the next thing. Okay, so that is the first one. Okay, then you look at another fresh point where the market goes down and then it goes up. So if we want, we could actually do another one from here. Okay. If we do another from here, then what would say that this market comes up, comes up, comes up until there. And this is the highest point it has reached. If that is the highest point it has reached, at what point does the market start going down or change its direction? Well, in supply demand language, then we would then come down. I think this point here, at this point, okay, here we took it right here below this one. So similarly, here we would actually go into this here. So I would then put another square there. All right. So that is the highest point, and this would be there. Okay, I need to change this color. There. Okay, so then we make it, straight. Actually, we don't even need this. Once you put your trade, I want to put my sell limit right below there. Okay, I right click, sell limits. Okay, at least now it's okay. And then this is our stop loss, but our stop loss must go above this yellow line. So I go here and do stop loss above the yellow line right there. Okay. And our take profit is definitely right here. Yeah, I don't know what we did, but profit. Okay, I have to move. Oops. No, not there. So on the daily thing, it's not looking very, because it's so small, okay, you don't even see it. Let me see if I can make it bigger. The second one here. All right, I'm going to change the time frame to make it easier for us to see. Okay, so but that is the second trade where this is your stop loss and you put 15 pips only. And as you can see, if I minimize this, okay, the trade would have been hit here, right here. The trade would have gone, hit it, and then come down. Okay. All right, let's use a lower time frame because that is not helping us a lot. There, we are on a lower time frame, 1 hour. Now the drill is the same. Let me see if I can minimize it. Okay. So you mark from the top. Something like this, the fact that this has come like that, okay, gives us what we call a fresh supply zone. Fresh supply zone. Let me remove this object. Okay. Okay, anyway, I don't know why I can't remove this here, but I will keep marking this. So you go here and you mark the highest point. The highest point is right there, okay? And then you mark where the market decided that it had gone up enough and now it's gonna go down. So at what point did it decide it will go down? Well, it looks like it's somewhere here. So this one goes up all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way up. And then it's just coming down. And then on this neck here, on that neck, the market decides that it will give up and the sellers will take over. And that provides us a chance to do what we call a sell limit right there. So the sell limit is over there and the stop loss we put up there. So this is a sell limit. Okay, I need to change that from 2 pips to 15 pips. I don't know why I didn't change it. Maybe I didn't save it. Okay. Okay. So I've changed that. Let me just change it here permanently so that we don't have to keep going in. Okay, 15. Yep, so we want this to be 15. 1, 5. Okay, there it is saved. So now we can go and just put trades very quickly. So as we put the trade here, the stop loss are concerned with stop loss, and we put the stop loss a few pips, like 2 or 3 pips above the last high, which is here. So now, if we are to look across, okay, on this one, okay, we want this market to come down, 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 whatever, and then as it comes up, it will come and it will hit this line here. It will trigger the trade, and then it will shoot down, all right? And I don't know if this actually, well, this looks like already it was not. See, the fact that you see a candle coming and touching the line, that nullifies that trade. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You don't want to take that. Okay? So we can look for another one. Let me see if we can find another one. Although we could move this. Yeah, either way, it's already triggered over there. So if it was a 1 hour trade, then it came down, down, and then went up. So if the market came back up here, you're not guaranteed that actually it will go down. So that is null and void as per this strategy. Okay, it must be the only fast touch from the time you come from a previous high. If this is the high, okay, it must not touch any other candle there, okay, until the trade comes in. So the fact that we already have that, then it means that we cannot rely on the signal over there. It came down. Every time it comes down and tries to go up, okay, that provides an opportunity again. All right. So here, the opportunity would be somewhere here. Okay. And let me see. I'll just randomly put them here. If this was your trade, sell limit, okay, and then just around there. As you can see, this could have been triggered here. I think it is triggered. Yeah, it would have been triggered right here. And when it's triggered, it gave you profit right away, right away. Didn't even wait longer. Let's see. Okay. Oh, sorry, the network was having an issue. So anyway, I think I was saying when we put the trade here, where was it? The second. Yes, here, it looks like it was triggered by this candle here and went down straight, which means we had our profit right away. So, but this profit did not trigger, did not change. Okay, let me change that to 15. Modify order. Oh, it is done. So the trade actually got triggered and it took profit. All right. So I think we have to now do a few more for you to get the hang of it. So just 1 second. All right. That's the second trade we put. Let me see if I can get another one. Okay. So the next one would actually be here. And if we are to mark that one, okay, this is the high over there. And then we would take a trade somewhere below, which is somewhere around here. Okay. So whereas this is the high, we have to put a stop loss somewhere slightly above it. But we take the trade just by the neck over there. Okay, so I'll do a sell limit there. Okay, plus the take profit. And then let's see why is this take profit should be 15 pips. Yeah, 15 around there. So anyway, so when we enter the trade here, the trade, assuming this was not here, all this was not there, okay, the trade would be triggered here and to take profit there. So I think this one we didn't pull it for 15 pips. So 15 pips, somewhere around there. 15, yeah, 14.9, almost 15 pips. I'm doing it manually, but it should be, So again, if the trade was here, okay, then this would come to trigger here, and then it would pull down 15 pips, and you take your profit. So remember, all these are pending orders. That means once you set it, you don't have to sit there and wait for it. So here you'd have taken profit. Here you'd have taken profit. Sorry, should be using the marker. Okay. In this first one, this was the trade, and this is your profit. Okay. So one trade profit on this high here. Again, this is the high. You entered your trade, and your profit is somewhere there. So that is second. Okay. Okay. On the third one, which would be this one, we would enter here. Okay, this is your stop loss. Stop loss will be somewhere up here anyway. Okay, and the trade will trigger here and take profits right here. Okay, so this is the third trade. So as you can see, you can actually have very many trades, and that is only the sells, like the when you're doing your sell limit. On the same note, you can do what is called a buy limit. And the buy limit will just be the same as the sell limit, okay, only going upwards. Okay. So you look where the market has reached at the bottom, because these are what we call supply zones. Supply zone, the supply zone, okay, the supply zone, okay, and we only respond to fresh supply. In other words, if this is your potential entry, it must not have been touched before. So right here, the trade was, after we did our setup here, the trade was taken there. That means anything else on this line will not be valid, will not be a valid trade, okay? Here we did the setup, okay, and I think the trade was taken up here. That means, oh, there or here? Oh, it was here, almost right away, okay? Then everything else will not be valid. So that is the supply zones. 15 pips, 15 pips, 15 pips, 15 pips on the hourly chart. Now, when we do the buy limit, it's the same thing, only opposite direction. So let me see if we have much time. Yep. Let me clear all this. Okay, I don't know why we are not getting clear on it. Okay, good. So for the supply, so because these are all pending orders, I need to remove all of them. Okay. Then we go back there. And now for supply, we go to the lowest, like as far as you remember, as far as what the chart gives you. So we can start from, let's say, this one. Yep, like from here. So this is the lowest point. Okay, you can even make it bigger. I'm going to make the diagram bigger. So right here, we can actually have a setup, and the setup would be, okay, right there. So at what point did the market decide that it will now go up? Okay, that is normally our question, and that is the point where we shall enter our trade. So at this point, this is our stop loss, but we can normally make it 2 or 3 pips after it. But this market tried to go up, got stuck here, and then it went up, got stuck a little bit, it went up, got stuck, and then from here, I think from right here, where it actually, this neck here, we can say that maybe it made up its mind that the market will go up now. If that is the point, okay, you put your cursor there, and now you do a buy limit. Okay, and the buy limit, okay, the stop loss, you move it up here, like 2 or 3 pips after that, and this one, you take it 15 pips. Okay, 15 pips right there. Okay, so as you can see, we've set up this thing here. Okay, And then this candle here comes and triggers it. Okay, is it this one? Yeah. I don't know if that is. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Yes, it triggered it, it went down and went right up. Hence, we got our 15 pips right there and then very quickly. So anything beyond here to the market, this is where we decide decision points, okay? Right there. And even if we went a little lower than next year, I think we can. If we went down a little lower, then it would still hit this here. And if it didn't hit it, then you'd wait for it for the market to come back again. But I'm suspecting this one here, it will actually ask at least one of them. So it came, hit it, and then went back. Okay, and we gain profit. Now the next one would be it comes down, comes down, comes down up to somewhere here. The same thing, we put okay, mark the lowest point it has reached, and then we ask ourselves, at what point did the market decide that now it was going to go up? Okay, so it looks like when the market decided to go up here, up to this point, looks like the market decided from here, okay, well, it went down a little bit, then came back, but right here, it seems like it decided that's it, it's going to go up. So we can put the trade right here. So it looks like, sometimes it feels like this is ambiguous, but the guy says that in this trading, the people can decide, you know, that this point is a bit subjective. This subjective, okay? But once you'll back test it to make sure that actually you have a high success rate. If we have high success rate, then that is what we trade with. I move this 15. Let's see, 15. Okay. So this is where beyond here, the market will go, will come. And when it comes back, it's supposed to hit it. If it hits it, then it will then go up. All right. That will be your trade. So let me see if it hits it. It looks like, oops. So the market did come. Okay. This is it came and actually it hit the target. Okay. So it was triggered over here and it took profit right here. That's the trade. Okay. But you had to wait for a while from the time we set it up, which was here. Okay. We had to wait for this while up to there. So somewhere in here, we can call it a fresh demand zone. Okay. So fresh demand. Why? Because as soon as it passed here, going up, I think it was here, yeah. Yeah, it was right here, not there. Okay, it was here. As soon as it passed here and it went up, it never came back, at least not to this line. Okay, and the first time it came back to that line, okay, was actually here. So all this was its fresh demand zone. Okay, so after it hits the first time, okay, if it comes back and hits it again, you are not supposed to take a trade. Why? Because this strategy only deals with fresh demand and fresh supply zone. So I hope that the concept is clear, very, very clear. So yours now is to go and back test, you know. So now, like this one would not be valid, would not be valid unless this market makes a fresh low, lower than where it is right now. Then we can say it would be valid. Okay. However, for these highs, supply zones, same thing. You mark that, and then you figure out where your trade would be. Okay, right there. Sell limit. Okay, and this, you move that 15 pips. Okay, and then the trade would only trigger on this line after first time hitting it. After that, it is not valid anymore. Oh, this is current, this is live, okay? So this trade I've put right now, we would have to wait for this market to come all the way, hit it and come down. So the 15 pips on a one lot size would give us 13 euros, 13.7. So if you have like in a day, you have like maybe on one pair, maybe 4 trades, maybe another pair, another 3 or 4, you know, those 13, 14 would be probably about $50 or $60, then another $50 or $60. So the more number of charts you have, the more trades you have. Now, the beauty of it is they're all pending orders, which means you don't have to sit there and watch the trades. The trades will just trigger by themselves, okay? So if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me, okay? Remember, this course or this mini course was more of just an introduction to show you and let you know that you can trade the Forex market using scalping as a strategy. This particular one is even an easier one. So what I expect you to do is to actually go back and back test it. Everything I've said, it's a very simple strategy. You find the highs and the lows of a chart, and in each high, you find the neck of the opposing candles. So if this was going up, okay, if these are the opposing candles, you find the neck where it reaches the neck of this green candle here. And then you enter your trades going down. But now there are sell limits. When they're up, there are sell limits, sell limits, sell limits. When they're down, they're what we call buy limits, buy limits, buy limits. Okay, for more information on this Ben-Hur strategy, you can just go to YouTube and Google supply and demand strategies, demand strategies, strategy. Okay, in this case, by Gil Ben-Hur. Gil Ben-Hur. Okay, there you will actually get more of a clearer and, for lack of a better word, better explanation, in depth. Because right here, I'm trying to squeeze everything in a very short time, okay, so that I can only give you a highlight. But if you go to the YouTube video, you'll find a more detailed description and actually some maybe PDF of the exact details of this place, okay? There is exact details of where to look for, where to enter the trade, and so on and so on. Okay, otherwise, thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me to introduce you to Forex and give you some basic things that you can use to now take the next step in your trading. And I look forward to your success and keep in touch. Thank you very much. Bye.